welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. First impressions video today. I've been waiting for this one for quite a while. Now this is an FX DRS. Now I quite fancied one in FAC format, but this one it's a sub 12 foot-pound 177, and it's the pretty much entry-level one, but it's the one I kind of liked the look of the most when I saw it on display at the British Shooting Show several months ago, because it's a synthetic 500mm barrel, sub 12 foot-pound, 177, and what's not to like about that? Because for so many shooters, that's a truly aspirational sort of specification. Now, you'll love to know that I do delight in getting these things out of these packets, because I do have to try and get them back in. So apologies for a little bit of that. Just move the paperwork out of the way, and here we are. So, that's the bits and bobs. I'll get the magazine last. Let's have a look at the gun first, because that's what we all want to see. And there we go. Look at that. That's really smart looking. So, yeah, I like the look of that already. Let me just take these little bits out of here. So we get one of FX's usual excellent instruction manuals. We've got the fill probe, and we've also got the magazine. So I'll check those out. We can have a little look at the details on the FX website. I'll just pop this out of the way. This is the oh, I probably ought to take the gun out of the box first, didn't I? There's a helpful move. You know, there's nothing like being spontaneous. So, what can I tell you about this? Well, it's a 500mm barrel. It's threaded at the end for 1/2 inch UNC, so I'll be able to put an extra sound moderator on that if I want. But of course, the big thing with these is the fact that the air cylinder surrounds the barrel. So that tube there is still the air cylinder. The barrel is within that. And FX themselves admit, they actually say this, it helps stabilise the barrel, gives you a stiffer barrel structure. And of course, as well as the AMP regulators and things like that, we've also got a plenum, but on here, the plenum's on the base. So it looks a little bit like a magazine almost, but the plenum's in there. Let's have a little look at the other bits and bobs. Now, I'll give you the full details of this. You get some O-rings with it, some spare O-rings, always handy. Keeps you up to date with things if you ever need one to add something in. So that is the fill probe there. That'll screw into a normal, that looks like it'll go into a Foster connector there. And then that looks like it goes in there. And I think this is a 230 bar fill on this one. Again, any details I don't quite cover now will come in the full review. And the magazine, which is this one here, it's been designed so it'll take the longer pellets and slugs and things, and that is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 round magazine. That should keep us busy. Now, a lot of the details you get on the FX website kind of apply to the higher power versions, which aren't necessarily UK market specific. So things like the ultimate shot count you're going to get from this and the power output from this aren't necessarily what you're going to get off that website. That's what people like me are going to do for you, because I'm going to give you all these full details and I do the full review. Looking at it bare bones, the stock is a synthetic stock, but it's got a slight soft touch feel to it, and it is totally ambidextrous. That feels very nice. It's a nice slim comb design on there. Cheek piece it's a Monte Carlo sort of style, that isn't it? And then the recoil pad at the back, soft recoil pad. It's kind of be grippy in your shoulder because it's not really absorbing recoil so much. It's just got to stay planted in position. The trigger is adjustable, FX logo on the bottom of the trigger guard. The trigger guard seems like it's aluminium, which is always nice. Again, it looks like a magazine, but that's actually the plenum there. And then we've got side lever cocking here. So I haven't tested, I haven't reviewed a 177 sub 12 foot-pound air rifle for absolutely yonks. So I'm actually quite looking forward to this. Let's forget this trigger. This is a safe dry fire. So it's a two-stage trigger. It's got an adjustable blade on it. Let's look from the ceiling. Are we ready? Oh, safety catch is probably on, and it is, safety catch is on. And there we go. So I'll be putting a sound moderator on that because it is quite noisy. 11mm dovetail on the top. I've got scope and rings ready to go on that. Now, one thing I have noticed, there are no sling swivels. And I think on a rifle that really, I mean, you can use this for plinking and target shooting, and I quite happily will do that. But I think this is primarily designed as a much more simple rifle from FX without so much of the paraphernalia and adjustability on it. And if it's going to be for hunting, well, you might want a sling fitting to it, which seems a little bit of a missing factor there. And of course you could add that were it to be your own rifle, but I don't think I'll be drilling holes in this and screwing studs into this. But we shall see. Side lever cocking, as you saw. Safety catches here, also, as you saw, and I forgot to use. But I'm obviously having a whoopsie day today because I left it in the box and put the box on the floor. But I quite like that because it's very sort of small, portable, pointable, and shootable. What's going on it? 1 second, please. And we're back in the room. Right, on here we have got, what's going on here? We've got Element Optics XT scope mounts, again 11mm dovetail there, that's going to fit in there, 30mm tube, and we've got an Element, this is a Helix, this is the 2-12 by 50 Helix HD. I really like this scope. I've used it on a lot of my review rifles, as you'll see. I've got this one, I've also got the HDLR turret as well, but this one's just got the capped dials. You know, set it up, point it, shoot it, and at the end of the day, on a hunting rifle, it's a little bit more applicable to what you want. We've got flip-up scope caps on it, we've got a nice throw lever, so it's quick, easy to adjust. So that is going on it. Let's have a little look at some of the details and dimensions. I'm terrified of not dropping that, I'll put that back in there. Right then, so overall length is 36.5 inches, which is 930mm. Length of pull, one of my little bête noirs there, we've got 30.5 inches, which is 343mm. Next measurement is, we've got trigger weight. So let's have a look at the trigger weight and see what this comes out at. It seems quite light, it certainly seems very crisp, very happy with that already. Just set this up, zero that, put it in grams first, safe dry fire again, off it goes. Wow, let me just have another go at that because I think I might have been a little bit vigorous with that one. The slower you pull these things, the more accurate you can get them. 376 grams, that's a very light trigger pull. That's coming in at 13.3 ounces. That is light. Right, next stage, overall weight. Put the scales on because we don't rely on what it says in the instruction book. We rely on what we actually measure for ourselves. Scroll through these units. I'm going backwards and forwards here. Grams, right. And we have on there 2,254 grams, which is £4.15.5 ounces. That is very, very appealing because that rifle is extremely handy. And as a sub-12 hunting rifle, I'm looking forward to using that. So what do I need to do on the full review? Well, number one, you're all going to want to see little tiny group sizes. So I'll have a dig through and see what 177 pellets I've got. There's nothing else knocking around in there to show you. I'll use various different types of pellets. I'll probably put a sound moderator on it because I can do. I've got the chronograph to go on it. I can use the FX pocket chronograph version 2, or I can use the big true ballistic chronograph. That will give me all the data I need. What you're going to be really interested in is how much power it's got, how consistent the velocities are, and you know what muzzle energy that equates to, and what shot count that's going to give you. Because one thing I do like about this gun, call me a bit lazy because I'm a reviewer perhaps, but I like the fact that FX have presented this and said, this is your gun, we have tuned it for you, we've set up all the, you know, all the valves and all the settings and springs and hammers and this, that and the other. You've got 16 shots, make them count. You can adjust the trigger if you want, but the rest of it is down to you. And you can't go, well, my air rifle wasn't tuned today, or it needs this, it needs that. Just get on with it, go shooting. And the thing is, this is going to be superb for a bit of pest control. I'm thinking I'm going to try and get in the barns with it around the farm because it's going to be great for the feral pigeons high up in the rafters. It'll be all right for ratting as well, but of course, I'm a bit lazy again. FAC air rifles are superb for ratting. This one isn't the FAC, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more precise, a little bit of a better shot, aren't I? One of the things I do love shooting with air rifles is squirrels, and of course they are hard little nuts, and you've got to be very precise on those, and I do shoot quite a lot of those currently now with a 177 air rifle, but on a fairly consistent range, distance, setting, location. I know exactly what my drops are, rest, etc. So that's a bit easy, to be honest, for that one. But that might just take over from it, because I have actually got a Pard DS 3550, which I could steal off my own air rifle and put on here to use with some of that. So there we go. Is there anything else to tell you? Let's just have a little flick through the instruction book and see what it says in here. So, usual pictures, warnings, blah, blah, blah. Notice handling, cocking the rifle, how to use. It's going to be very similar to every other FX rifle we have used so far, instead of cocking, handling, etc. like that. The magazines are spring loaded, so don't double load the magazine or double load the rifle, because otherwise you'll get up and it won't push the pellets out. I will try this with some non-toxic pellets. Will it work with them? I don't know. Sometimes they're a bit too hard, because sintered tin and things like that, they're a bit too hard. They get stuck in the barrels on some air rifles at 12 foot-pounds. But we shall see. Power settings. Now, we probably don't really want to be looking at that, because that's not something we want to be adjusting on a sub 12 foot-pound UK rifle. And it's also got various things shown on here, which of course aren't available to us, because this is the international instruction manual. It's not UK specific. And that is why I need to give you the exact details and dimensions. Now, off the top of my head, that is a 208cc air capacity on that, and as I say, it's 230 bar fill. So we shall see what that gets us from. In fact, that does actually say 230 bar on there. It doesn't say what capacity it is. FX air guns, made in Sweden. And what does it say on that side there? Made in Sweden, FX patent pending, serial numbers, etc. Right, there we go. Okay. Tell me in the comments if there's anything you specifically want me to do with this rifle. If you get them to me quickly, you're more likely to get them actually attended to, because I will be out shooting this rifle possibly this evening, possibly tomorrow morning. It's a Tuesday today, Wednesday tomorrow. The weather is absolutely, utterly awful. It's raining everywhere, but with it being a sub 12 air rifle, I can probably stay in the barns, and I've got some big barns that aren't full of hay at the moment and straw, so got a little bit of room to move in those. I'll get it set up this afternoon, maybe do that on video and put that on this for you. Got the rings, got the scope. I'll go out, get it zeroed, shoot some groups and see what it does. Right then. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, and keep track of my regular uploads, because the more you take part in the channel, the more you can get from me. And I am going to be starting doing my my question and answer sessions again, because trying to do them live is just so inconsistent, because you get so many technical problems with it. YouTube keeps shutting you down for trying to do live things. If you've got a gun anywhere near you on screen or picture, anything like that, they get really, even if it's just a thumbnail photo. So I'm going to just sit down, I'm going to get my iPad, I'm going to read and answer questions, and I'm going to just do it to regular camera, edit it together and put it out on video for you on my channel. So there we go. Right, thank you for watching. Bye for now.